Hello and welcome along to a live match reaction following Leeds United's 4-2 defeat away at Arsenal. We are live right now on YouTube and Facebook, so hello to all those tuning in right now. And make sure to like, follow, share, and subscribe, and get your comments, your thoughts in after that one. I'm NkGhTg, and joining me to digest this one is Leeds United Mad website editor, LUFC board member, LUFC Trust board member and volunteer, Kev Markey. Kev, hello, mate.
Evening, Ed. Yeah, evening.
How are you?
I could be better, but I could have been a lot worse after the first half. But feeling slightly better after the second.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not doing too great after that one, really, especially after that first half. And I don't know if it's like this with you, but with me, Leeds United results really do make or break my weekend, to be honest.
Usually break mine, but this season though, you can't really complain too much. First season back in the Premier League, and we're 11th, so we're on top of we're sort of best of the rest, if you like, being 11th, taking over from Arsenal, rather than being in 10th when we're the worst of the best. So two ways of looking at it. But 11th after 23 games, it's not bad, but it's just sometimes you want to go. Arsenal were there for the taking beforehand, but no, they played well. Arsenal, obviously, you can't take it away from them. They probably did deserve to win overall, but we did give them a helping hand. That was the disappointing thing with a few of the goals that they scored. So that's the only disappointing thing. But second half, we came out fighting, apart from the goal that we conceded, which was awful. But after that goal, we sort of came back into the game and unlucky not to make it maybe 4-3 or even 4-4. But at the end of the day, we had too much to do, really, and that was the story of the game.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, we did play well in that second half. We won that second half 2-1 in theory, really. If we didn't concede 3 goals in the first half, we win that game 2-1.
Yeah,
but
true, yeah.
But no, it was a decent response from Leeds, but we were punished really for the slow start in the first half, weren't we?
Yeah, I thought, watching it, I thought after 20 minutes or so, I thought after they scored, I thought we're not really getting into this game at all. We're not competing for anything. And we're very disappointed. Not your usual Leeds United start to a game, really. We didn't really press hard, or I don't know, maybe it was the changes he's made. Pascal looked a bit lost in midfield. Ayling was back playing centre-half when he's been outstanding as right-back all season, last few games anyway, especially. They seem to be devoid of what they were supposed to be doing, and that's surprising, really, in a Leeds team under Bielsa. And we didn't really get going, really, until they made it 4-0, to be honest, in the second half. And that's when the real Leeds came out to play, really. And we showed what we were about. And we did scare them a little bit, bringing it back to 4-2. And it could have been 4-3 with maybe Bamford's challenge and Shackleton just miss-kicking a great ball by Roberts. And Rafinha had a great opportunity as well. And usually you'd expect him to place it in the net somewhere. But can't complain, 4-0 down, you make it 4-2, you make it respectable. You just move on to the next game and hope and pray that Calvin's fit for Friday.
Yeah, I mean, we of course were without Calvin Phillips for today's game with an injury. He was a doubt before the game, but he was out of the lineup overall for Leeds United, so he's out with an injury. Hopefully, he is back for Friday. It didn't sound like that bad of an injury, and in the press conference, it was only a doubt. So he seems pretty positive on social media. So hopefully, he is back for Friday. But of course, without him today, so Jamie Shackleton came in for Calvin Phillips, and interestingly, played at right back. Luke Ayling moved in centre back, Stewart into central defensive midfield, and Dallas remained in centre mid alongside Click. How do you feel that system played? Did it work today?
No, for me, I mean, who am I to tell Bielsa what to do? He's a god, isn't he? But if you're watching, this is where you went wrong, Bielsa. He shouldn't have changed that back five at all. They've been playing so well recently, even against Everton. We've been playing so well as a back five recently. There was no reason to change it at all. And once you tweak it there, you take Luke Ayling away from right back, and you miss his marauding runs down the right, his composure. He's had to go back to. I know he's a good centre back as well, but we want him at right back. Let's face it. And having Pascal in place of Phillips, it hasn't worked in one single game yet for me. Not one single game, but he keeps trying it. So just give up on it. Put him in his best position when he's a centre back. Leave him there. and try and accommodate. Maybe put Dallas there. Like you say, I'm sort of twisting my words there a bit by moving Dallas from left back to Phillips's position, but maybe put Cleek there, bring Shackleton in. It worked against Aston Villa when Pascal had to go off early because he was going to get a second booking and get sent off that night, which he didn't work again. He brought on Shackers. Shackers did a great job when he came in. Him and Cleek were great in the middle. He should have maybe moved towards that formation, really, that worked so well at Aston Villa.
Yeah.
Instead of messing about with the back five again. And obviously Meslier didn't have his, maybe he was a bit shaken up by it as well. He wasn't having his best game. He had no Phillips to pass to, so he was looking around. Oh, where's Phillips? Oh, he's not playing. Here you go, Coops, you take it. Here you go, Ayling, you take it. He looked a bit lost with that Phillips in front of him. Because obviously Phillips he's got a good mouth on him and he does dictate that back four a little bit. So I think he was missing him a little bit. He's only a young lad. He'll get over this game, don't worry.
Yeah,
he'll have the rest of the season. He'll be fine, I'm sure. He'll learn from this, but yeah, I won't have tweaked it as much as Bielsa did. I mean, the players are good, but I don't think they're that as good as he thinks sometimes.
Yeah, I agree. I would not have interrupted the defense at all today. Really, I would have. Because you mentioned the Aston Villa game there. I was saying that in the lead up to it, people were saying that Struijk is going to go CDM, and I was thinking, look, we beat Aston Villa 3-0. We beat them 3-0 with Click in CDM because Struijk went off after 20 minutes. So it shows there that it does work having Click in CDM. Yeah. So I would have gone with that, but it's Bielsa's job obviously to sort the team out, and it just didn't work today. And hopefully that kind of puts an end to that now. But we really did miss Calvin Phillips today, didn't we? And in the summer, do you think that we need to bring in a like for like change for Calvin Phillips, a replacement for him in the summer, do you think?
Well, we've got a replacement there. It's Adam Forshaw.
It's been out for...
Do you remember him?
He's been out for like 16 months or so, hasn't he?
He's supposed to have a hip injury and he's doubtful, but he might be ready for Friday. Yeah, obviously, yeah, joking aside, Forshaw is a great replacement, isn't he, for Phillips, but he hasn't been around for a while. Yeah, I think he was looking at somebody, wasn't he, in the summer to sort of come in. I don't know if Rodrigo de Paul plays that sort of position as Phillips does. I'm not too sure about him, to be fair. And the guy from Paris Saint-Germain, he was looking at him as well. Is it Coussons, his name? I think he was a like for Phillips, but he didn't come off. He failed his fitness test or whatever he went through. He didn't pass it anyway. So I think he's been looking at that, but I think he's been hoping Phillips will be all right, to be fair. But he has missed a few games this season, and we have lost without him. But that's something that he needs to look at in the summer, definitely. Yeah. Because, he can't rely on one player. I mean, Leicester rely on Vardy, and other teams rely on other players. We can't just rely on one player to sort of make sure you tick. You got to just get on with it, really. We do miss Phillips, obviously. That was proven today, and it's been proven in other games we played this season when he hasn't played. But we'll have to get over it, and that's got to be top of his list for the summer buying, to get somebody in that can play that role as well as
100%. Because we can't.
Yeah.
No, go on.
No, I'm going to say first question to the new player is, we know you got a good track record, but can you play like Calvin Phillips?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely do need a like-for-like replacement for him, because we can't go into these situations where we don't have Calvin Phillips thinking of, we're just pretty much writing the game off because we don't have another player to go there, really. We're just a complete mess overall defensively, and that's definitely got to be a priority in the summer for me. But yeah, hopefully Calvin Phillips is fine for Friday.
Two priorities, Ed. Phillips replacement and a nice new pitch for Ellen Road. I'll be happy.
Yeah, certainly. Let's dive into the goals then. So the first goal came in the 13th minute. Aubameyang just being allowed to cut inside, really. No one really closed him down. Squeezed the ball through two defenders and beat Meslier at his near post. It was poor defending and poor goalkeeping, really. Yeah, I think
Meslier sort of, it was waiting for him to maybe cut inside to the other side of him, but he went obviously to the near post, which he seemed to be in a mixed mind where to dive, really. So yeah, it was a bad fault, but he shouldn't have been allowed to put the shot in the first place for me. I don't think he was closed down. But that's typical of him, though. He's a superb striker at the end of the day. He's been going through a bad run. He's had a lot of personal issues by the sounds of that. Listening to the pre-match game, his mother's been ill apparently, and he's been missing a lot of games. But today, he was back on song, wasn't he? And it's typical. He's back on song against us, and he scores a hat trick. And the other guy, Bellerin, scores his first goal in 2 years. So it just had to happen today, didn't it?
Yeah, it really is just, Leeds all over, really, just having a Aubameyang who hasn't been firing in all cylinders this season, score a hat-trick against us, and Bellerin, as you say, scoring his...
Well,
yeah, and then Bellerin...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just... it really is just like Leeds, just to let those kind of things happen.
A lot of people fancied us for a good result today. But
yeah, so did I. I mean, I'm looking at thinking we're above Arsenal, and
these
they have
under. No, a draw's not a bad result, lads.
Yeah.
Just get a draw.
Even a 4-4 draw.
We'll be happy with the draw, but, it wasn't to be today. We were all over them at Ellen Road. We should have won that game fairly comfortably for me. But today, Arsenal got it right against us for the best part of an hour or so. But for the last half hour, we were all us, I thought. And I thought we were looking up to make it a bit closer than what it was.
Yeah, certainly. In the first half, Arsenal had a penalty awarded, but then the decision was overturned after Cooper brought down Saka in the box. Was that the right decision for you to overturn that one?
You mean the Cooper one?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cooper and Saka. Yeah, obviously initially it looks like an all-out penalty and you won't really argue with it. But when you've seen it 5 or 6 times,
in slow motion,
realise really that Saka just fell over really and Cooper wasn't to blame for it. So the right decision was made in the end there. But, they made up for it 2 minutes later, didn't they? So
yeah, it really didn't matter. It really did not matter. Meslier, of course, a loose touch from Meslier, really just allowing Saka to want to go and close him down.
Going back to my original comment, Ed, he was missing Phillips in front of him. He had nobody to pass it to. Nobody was screaming for it. Pascal's not experienced enough at the moment he hasn't got the mouth on him to say, "Give it to me." Give it to me. He was just quiet and anonymous in the first half. So he had to pass it to Cooper. He was thinking about, do I pass it to Alioski on the wing, Ayling on the wing, Cooper, Ayling. And before he had time to think, he was bringing down Saka, because of his doubt, really. And that was a blatant penalty. Obviously, nobody could argue about that. And that was the beginning of the end for Leeds, really. Over the 90 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, you were thinking in that situation, Meslier, just get rid of it. Just get rid of it because you can't find a pass. Just
kick it somewhere. Even if it goes out of play, just kick it out.
Yeah, and I think that's just for his inexperience, 20-year-old self, coming out there. I think he will come, with experience. He'll play a lot more games, and then in those situations, he'll take it upon himself to, hoof it clear instead of just sticking by to the way Leeds United played, the way Bielsa wants Leeds United to play, and trying to play out from the back. I think
Bielsa's not going to blame him because he wants him to play like that. He don't want him to belt it out and it comes back straight back again. He wants him to think about where he's going to kick it. But he was thinking too much in that particular time. Before you knew, Saka's a great player, and he teenager as well. He'd get in any team in the league.
Yeah, he was brilliant today, was Saka.
He was, we're outstanding. He makes them tick, doesn't he, when he's on song, and he creates so many chances and he scores as well. I think he's the highest teenage goal scorer in the league at the moment. Or his record of 5 goals is better than anybody else of his age. So fair play to the lad. He's got a massive future ahead of him.
Yeah, it's really great to see just a young English player getting a chance at one of the so-called big clubs in the Premier League, really, and being able to play week in, week out. It's fantastic to see. It wasn't great to see today because he walked all over Leeds United, really. But 3-0 before.
If you look back at the game at Ellen Road, he was the danger when he came on a sub. He nearly scored, didn't he? Meslier pulled off a great save that day, but he was more dangerous than any other Arsenal player that afternoon. He only played about 25 minutes, so he's a great player. Yeah,
he really is. Of course, 3-0 to Arsenal before half-time. We touched on it before. Hector Bellerin scoring past Meslier at his near post. Meslier obviously been watching NkGhTg DVDs in the build-up to this game.
Well, he just trained with him, didn't he? So he's picked up a few bad habits there. He would just that first 45 minutes, if he could just write it off, he would do, wouldn't he? Because they can't be happy with any of the goals really that were conceded. The only thing he could have done really was save the penalty, but he didn't. He didn't manage that. But yeah, he'll learn from that. Bad 45 in the second half. To be fair, he didn't have that much to do, did he? Second half, apart from take the ball out of the net again. But other than that, he pulled off a couple of good saves, and he managed his box quite well. And he sort of learnt straight away, really, you could say, because his kicking was a lot better second half as well. So hopefully, he can wipe that clean now and just get on with the next game.
Yeah, hopefully. It was a much better response from Messier and the whole Leeds team in the second half, really. iLewis20 on YouTube, thank you for joining us. What a weird profile picture that is. But he says, not the best game for Messier today. It really wasn't, but I think he was much better in that second 45 minutes, as was all the Leeds players. But it wasn't a great start in the second half, though. Of course, we made 2 subs at the break, bringing Roberts and Costa on for Jack Harrison and Mateusz Klich. And Roberts giving the ball away on the edge of our box within the first couple of minutes of the half, giving the ball away to Emil Smith-Rowe, who crossed it over to Aubameyang to score his hat-trick. I mean, this was shocking from Helder Costa, really. You can't lose the ball in that area, can you?
No, the only excuse you can give him is obviously he was only on the pitch a few minutes and maybe he wasn't into the swing of the game yet. But, yeah, bad error. Yeah. Typically, everybody must have been thinking, as soon as he made the subs were announced, Roberts and Costa, they're going to change everything out. They're coming on, but he didn't engage himself there, did he? With that obviously giving away the free kick and everything, and giving away the ball, should I say, so easily. But you could say he made up with a cracking second goal. But
he certainly did.
I would have liked that second goal a lot more if it had been 3-2 instead of 4-2. But can't everything.
Yeah, certainly. But it was a decent response from Leeds. We brought on Niall Huggins, 20-year-old forward Niall Huggins on Fairley in the second half. The Welsh under-21 international making his senior debut. Was it cruel to bring him on, though, do you think? A lot of people saying it was cruel for Bielsa to bring a youngster on when we're 4-1 down. But I thought it was quite nice to see a youngster be given a chance and given a run out at the Emirates, because it'll be a great experience for him. And at the end of the day, the result didn't really matter. So just give a youngster a run out. I mean, such a great stadium. No, I think it was quite nice.
I agree. If it had been 5 or 6-2, you could say they were a bit cruel. But, he was part of the team that did well in the second half. And he's a natural left back. And he played well, to be fair. He made some nice touches, nice passes. I think Bielsa just says, you're going to learn a lot coming on after, being 4-0 or 4-1 down than he would if we were winning 6-0. So it's a good learning curve for you. Just get on and see how we get on. And he passed with flying colours, I thought. Well done.
Yeah, I thought Niall Huggins played very well. And Pascal Struijk, of course, pulling a goal back for Leeds on the 59th minute. A bullet header from a corner. What a header. I mean, he's clearly been practicing those since that Crystal Palace game.
He's got rid of his 50p head and he's changed it, hasn't he, to a 10p piece. That's the best headed corner I've seen for Leeds. You laugh at this, since Don Matteo in Milan.
Have a San Siro.
Yeah.
But Pontus Jansson scored quite a few bullet headers.
Yeah, he did, but let's give Pascal a bit of credit because he hasn't scored before. Pontus has obviously scored a few goals for Leeds. This is Pascal's first goal. He had an awful game. Well, he had a brilliant game, actually, against Palace, defending. But from his goal chances, it was awful because he missed 2 sitters, really. He could have had an hat-trick. He had another chance as well. So in that matter of time, he's learned so much from the corners, obviously. That was just an amazing header from Rafinha's corner. And it brought us back into the game, didn't it? So it gives a bit of a G up. I mean, and to be fair, from that then on in, we looked really good, I thought. From that goal. And it could have been 4-2, 4-3. It could have been, you're praying it's going to be 4-4 at the Newcastle game a few years back when they were 4-0 down and came back to 4-4. But that was never going to happen. Not today. But it made the score a bit more respectable. Instead of being 4 goals, it was down to 2. So,
Yeah, that was a big takeaway for me because, being 3-0 down at half time, you're thinking this is, shades of the Man United game, really. Let's try not get it, let it get out of our hands, but we didn't. We pulled another goal back through Helder Costa with 2 substitutes linking up well, and it was great just to score those 2 goals, give the gap between the score lines, a little bit shorter, and just not being balanced. Really.
Yeah, even the Sky presenters were saying this could easily be now either 6-0 to Arsenal second half, or it's going to be 3-3. Because everybody, this is the first time in my life, really, supporting Leeds, that neutrals have actually liked Leeds as well, watching them play, which has never happened before. So whether we win 6-2 or lose 6-2, people just love us because we just play good football. You go 4-0 down and you think, they're going to be a bit more defensive down, keep the score down. But no, we're going for a goal. We want to make it 4-1. We want to make it 4-2. And we did. Yeah. We could have made it 4-3 as well.
Should we have had that penalty then with Bamford being hacked down in the box? Should that have been a penalty?
Think if it had been 0-0 and it was close, I think the referee would have looked at that again and think, you know what, that's going to... VAR probably looked at it, obviously, but for me, when he looked at it a few times, I think it was Cedric came in and he seems to be pushing him out of the way a little bit. I think that would have been a foul outside the box, and we would have got a free kick. Yeah. I mean, Luiz was on one side, he was on the other. They sandwiched him right. I mean, it was a great move, let's face it, a fantastic move. He deserved to finish with a goal. So yeah, I thought it was unlucky not to get a penalty there, but it wasn't to be our day, was it? To be honest, and we probably would have still lost 4-3, but at least the goals, the score would have been closer. And I think on another day that could have been a penalty.
Yeah, I agree. I think if it was just David Luiz there, I think he's won the ball there. I just think he's muscled Bamford off a ball, but Cedric just comes in, just lashes in and sandwiches Bamford. Really, yeah, I agree. It should have been a foul, really.
But we had chances, other chances as well. We didn't take them, so fair enough to Arsenal. They're looking to get into Europe now. They're only a couple of points ahead of us, and we've got a game in hand. But they're the ones that are looking to get into Europe. So typical London press.
Yeah. You mentioned the London press there. London still not a happy hunting ground for Leeds United. Still not won.
QPR, December 2017 came our route. Patrick QPR. That was the last time we won in London.
Yeah. When is this London curse going to end? Do you think, Kev?
I don't know. Well, we've still got West Ham to go, haven't we? So you never know. We'll go down to West Ham, maybe get 3 points, and we'll have a national holiday in Leeds when that happens.
Yeah. We've still got Fulham to come as well.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Fulham. Yeah, we tend to forget about them because they're down in the bottom 3. But yeah, we still got Fulham, still got West Ham. So we've still got 2 chances to do it. So you never know. We might be celebrating a London victory before the season ends, Ed. You never know.
Yeah, fingers crossed, hopefully. But no, it wasn't today. It wasn't to be today. Just not Leeds United's day. Punished, really, for that slow first half. So, 4-2 win to Arsenal. They go above us in the table, while we go back down to the bottom half of the league. We're still 17 points above the relegation zone, though. So, Kev, do you think Leeds United will stay up this season?
I think it'll take a disaster now for us to get relegated. But then again, Leeds United disasters sort of go hand in hand a little bit. But I think it's even beyond us now to get it wrong. I think, Ed, and everybody's saying Southampton are safe and Wolves are safe. So why are we safe? We're above them.
Yeah.
So I think we can start looking ahead to next season now a little bit. Try and finish off the season in style with a few more wins. Try and maybe cement a place in the top 10 a little bit. And then if you can say you're in the top 10 of your first season back after 16 years, then that's a great season, I think. And then we can look ahead to the next season, get a nice new pitch and about 3 or 4 new players in summer. And I'll be happy as Larry.
Yeah, absolutely. I think now it's just... I've been relaxed for a few weeks. I don't think it would be a catastrophic collapse if Leeds United were to get relegated. Yeah. So I'm quite relaxed. I'm just going to enjoy the rest of the season, really. Just enjoy the rest of the season and look forward, as you say, to hopefully some new quality additions, the new pitch, and hopefully a better season next season.
Certainly. That's very positive, Ed. Not like you to be that positive, but I'll take it.
Yeah, no, that's Charles who's negative, Kev.
Oh, all right, sorry, yeah. You're mixing you up. No, after the Palace game on Monday, I thought when we got to 32 points, I thought, yeah, I feel a lot better now. We're on 32 points, 17 points above the bottom three. We can relax a bit now. I'll go into the Arsenal game with a bit more, feeling a bit more relaxed. And I did, to be fair, but after 3-0 down, I thought, I'm not relaxed anymore. But, yeah, after the Palace game, I thought 32 points, we should be okay now. But the sooner we get to 40, obviously, the better, because that's the landmark sort of points to get to, really. So I'll be a lot more relaxed after a couple more wins, I think.
Yeah, and hopefully Leeds United can get back to winning ways on Friday evening. It's back to the drawing board, really, after this game. But, of course, we'll move on to that trip to the Molineux on Friday evening to face Wolves. Can you see Leeds United return to winning ways in this game, Kev?
I can, actually, because Wolves are not the Wolves of last season. They're not the marauding team they used to be. They've had some mixed results this season. Had a good result, obviously, today at Southampton. They are missing their main sort of player, aren't they, this season, last few weeks.
And we are above them as well.
We are above them. We've got still got a game in hand on them, I think, as well. So, yeah, I think I fancy, you know what? I fancy a draw on Friday because we haven't had a draw away from home all season. We'll get that draw on Friday, I think. Yeah, 33 points.
Yeah, and hopefully Calvin Phillips is back for Friday's game. But if he's not, would you keep the team the same or would you make some changes?
No, I wouldn't use Pascal in CDM again, to be fair. I think that's a project that needs to die as soon as possible. And hopefully on Friday. Because if Wolves they've got some great players. If they play really well Friday, they could do an Arsenal on us today. But I think if you get the team tactics right on Friday and Phillips is back, that'd be a bonus. If he's not back, I think he'll think twice about fielding the same team he fielded today, and he might tweak it again and maybe get Ailing back up to right back and get Pascal partnering Cooper again, and maybe just tweak that middle of the park again. I think he'll do that.
Yeah, I agree. I don't want to see Struijk in CDM again, really. And I think it was clear that it didn't work today. But as I say, hopefully Phillips is back for Friday's game. And we of course move on to Friday's game away at Wolverhampton. But we'll wrap it up there, Kev. Thank you very much for joining me.
It's a pleasure,
on this match reaction. Have you got any plans for this evening, for Valentine's Day evening? Got any special meal on the way?
Mr. Romantic, that's what I'm called, Ed. I've got little roses hidden around somewhere and a bottle of wine. But the missus don't know about it yet, so I might just have a bottle of wine to myself later. But we'll see how it goes.
and you'd hope that she's not watching this.
Yeah, I think I've let the cat out of the bag already, but never mind.
No, brilliant, Kev. Thank you for joining me as always.
Cheers, Ed. Pleasure, man.
Thank you as well to everyone who's tuned in. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, get all your comments in as well. I'll be reading them after this live stream. And hopefully Leeds United can return to winning ways on Friday night against Wolves. But until then, take care, stay healthy, stay safe, and we'll see you soon.